here we are again. Welcome to phase 2 of our military makeover. Are you ready for this? You're about to witness how my platoon of professional builders can transform the shell of a house into a beautiful home in less than a week. What is our motivation, you ask? A wounded soldier and his family. Someone who has served his country to protect our freedoms. I'm Gunny Sergeant Ermey. Join me and my dedicated volunteers as we charge forward with another military makeover brought to you by SunTrust Bank. Up, up, up,
Time for us to show our appreciation and give back to those who have sacrificed
for your service to our country.
This is Designing Spaces Military Makeover. Today's Military Makeover is sponsored in part by SunTrust Mortgage.
Our military makeover is in full swing. My team leader, Art, has assignments.
Men at work. That's what we're doing here, working.
He will report all operations in a timely manner to me, right here at Command Central. Who deserves to be given a house? A soldier who has served his country above and beyond the call of duty.
Tommy was deployed to Baghdad, Iraq, when he witnessed the brutal death of one of his best friends in the Army. The incident had a profound effect on Tommy. In addition to post-traumatic stress disorder, he was also diagnosed with traumatic brain injury. Now it's time for us at Designing Spaces to give back to Tommy and his family.
We live in a very small 900 square foot duplex. We're thankful to have it. We've filled it with love and lots of things that we found at thrift stores and the side of the road. Moving to this home is going to be more of a life change than I could ever imagine.
Her name is Tinky Stewart, and she is a lady with a heart of gold. She is the blessed soul who has given this house to the Travis family. I can't wait for you to meet her.
I was born and raised in Ohio, Columbus, around the Columbus area. I'm one of 13 children. And I had 3 brothers in the Air Force all at the same time. My husband was a Marine. He was a Japanese interpreter in the Marine Corps. My son wasn't well, so I took him to the doctor, and the doctor did a blood test on him and found out that his white blood count was so high that I should take him right to the hospital, and I did. And he was diagnosed with leukemia. Then after my husband passed and my son was sick, I decided to buy this home because it had a pool and a jacuzzi, and I thought it might help him. After he died of leukemia, I didn't have much care for living here, but I sure miss them both. I miss my husband, my son. But I have a little dog that I take everywhere with me. So I hope whichever veteran we choose for the house, I hope that he appreciates everything that this Designing Spaces has helped make this house back over for him.
So, Art, you know what makes the world go round?
Yeah, I do. Love.
I don't think you do. It's money, dinero, Art. As much as I see your pretty face on the tube these days, something tells me you're probably rolling in it.
I do all right, Gunny. Not as good as you, but I do all right.
All right is not quite good enough. You need to get your financial situation in order. And these guys you're talking to, they know their stuff, so pay attention to them.
I'll report right back to you.
You better.
All right.
Join us from SunTrust are ex-military William Carter and Earl Lewis to talk finance for our men and women in uniform.
Guys, thanks for being here. We really appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Hey, listen, you know, we've got a whole lot of stuff going on inside the house. We're doing the whole makeover, but you know what? It's important to keep your financial house in order. What are the steps we all need to take to get to financial success?
Well, the first thing you need to do is you need to take a snapshot of where you are right now.
An honest assessment.
An honest assessment. Write down your expenses, all of your bills, and then your income, and then take a look at that.
Secondly, it's important to have a plan to get towards your goals.
At SunTrust, we're committed to lighting the way to financial well-being. That being said, we believe that everyone can achieve the financial confidence to live a life well spent. We believe we're striving for the veterans and non-veterans to not have to live paycheck to paycheck, all right?
So as a veteran yourself, what are some of the challenges you guys face when planning your financial future?
At SunTrust, we have products and services designed for the veteran.
SunTrust has a website designed just for veterans. SunTrust.com/military offers an array of products and services intended for our veterans. Let's take a quick break away from finances and turn our attention to the inside of the house. There's lots of work going on. The kitchen is coming along nicely. The cabinetry provided by Choice Cabinets for the Travis family carry a lifetime warranty and have many custom features including soft close. Nothing but the best for the Travis family.
Hey, Art, drop your shovel and pick up your paintbrush, because you're painting the living room in the Travis new home tonight. Lucky you.
There's nothing like a fresh coat of paint to give a room a new look, and painting is a major part of any military makeover. We invited Laney Landis from Laney's Old Village Paint to not just help us out with the work, but also to tell us about this incredible paint we're using on the project.
Hey Laney, how are you?
Hey Art, good, thank you. How are you?
I see you painting away here, but I wanted to take a minute to talk about Old Village Paint. Almost 200 years old, right?
Yes, next year, since 1816, we've been making paint.
And your 6th generation family business.
Yes.
That is incredible.
6th generation.
Well, you know what? It's great paint, and we're going to talk about that, but I want to know what drew you to this project to help out the Travis family.
My father was in D-Day. Any veterans have a very special place in our hearts. My father was given the Cavalier Medal of Honor
From the French government?
For the liberation of France.
We're using a couple of different colors of paint here, and only one coat will take care of the job. That's pretty awesome.
You get 1 coat coverage, and it goes twice as far as regular paint because we still make it the old-fashioned way. Every color is made in a batch, like a batch of cookies.
Right.
We make a batch of New England red or
So
whatever.
it's not like, you know, a base and then you tint it.
Right. It's a solid, old-fashioned kind of paint.
There's an average of 43.7% pigment in every can, which translates into a lot of color and results in a highly durable product that can come in handy for the Travis family and their 2 small daughters.
People might not realize that there's other paints out there than the big brands that advertise a lot. This is true quality, true craftsman style. You know, craft anything is really big now, but
Right.
you've been doing it for 6 generations.
Right.
Well, thanks
Thank
so
you.
much for being here. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Now get back to work, all right, Laney?
Yes, sir.
We weren't finished talking about finances. Back to Will and Earl from SunTrust Bank.
So with the housing market rebounding, there's probably a ton of products and services out there that SunTrust can offer a first-time or second-time home buyer.
There are 4 really important steps to consider for anyone who's in the market to buy a home.
First one is make sure home ownership is right for you. It is not right for everyone. Number 2, make sure you know what you can afford. Don't fall in love with a home you can't afford.
Number 3, save, save, save. It's important to save for closing costs, save for your down payment, and other unexpected expenses. And last but not least, understand your financial situation. Obtain your credit report.
A higher credit score equals a better rate. A better rate equals a lower payment.
Make sure all your documentation is in order.
W-2s, pay stubs, bank statements. Veterans, lastly, make sure, and this is very, very important, make sure your VA eligibility is active.
One of the most common misconceptions among veterans and the public is that you have to come up with a 20% down payment. But for veterans, SunTrust's VA loan program offers options that don't require any down payment at all.
Hopefully now Gunny gets that information. He was looking for all kinds of financial information from me, so now I feel like I'm educated enough to tell him.
That's great.
All right?
Thank you.
Mission accomplished.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right.
The Travis family has 2 small children, so they need security and proper home management. When Military Makeover comes back, that security system will be in place, and we'll get to have a look at it. Can hardly wait. We're back and ready for our next stop, a home security system for the Travis family. Art, I want a full report on security and surveillance. Give it top priority, and that doesn't mean to stop by your damn closet where you take your naps at either.
I don't know what Gunny's talking about, but I do know that a home alarm system provides homeowners with added peace of mind. Time to go on a home protection tour.
Tim, where are you, buddy?
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Good, good.
Thanks for being here. What's going on in that room?
I was just finishing up on the keypad for the Travis home.
Why in that room?
Well, it's easy access. One of the good things is when you're coming home and you're coming in through the garage, most people come in through that part of the house, and it's easy access.
Good, good. So that's like sort of the nerve center of the whole
Absolutely.
system. Now, while we're in this area over here, we've got 2 major access points.
Yeah, one of the things that we've been doing, we're putting door contacts on both doors. So when anyone comes in the house, it sets off the alarm just like any other alarm would do.
Okay, but with the pool out here and 2 young kids, major safety factor, right?
Yeah, absolutely. One of the things that we're going to do, we're going to partition this system so that it has 2 zones. With the zones, with the pool, anytime the kids go out the door, they can arm it so the alarm goes off.
All the windows and doors will of course also be secured. The pool area is always a vulnerable part of any home, but Protection One has that covered as well.
Tim, out here we've got 2 cameras placed strategically, correct?
That is correct.
How do these work?
So when someone comes out, we'll be able to see them and see what they're doing every day.
So they're motion activated cameras. I also see there's maybe a light on
Yeah,
them.
we have infrared on them also for night vision.
Excellent, excellent. So that's, what do you call that? CIM, it's camera integrated motion?
Camera integrated motion. And we're also going to have cameras up front that have a motion built in with it. So when people come through the front door or they break in, it automatically takes a picture of it and also sends you a picture to your phone.
Wow, that's great.
Gunny's getting impatient. Before rejoining the Protection One team, I better turn my attention to life insurance.
Well, that's just great. We're just getting started here, and I can't find Art. He's assigned to team up with our friends at Military Benefit Association, and I want him completely engaged. Having the right amount of life and health insurance for a military family is not an option. It is mandatory. Art!
Hey, Mike, I didn't know you had a second career as a landscaper. Look at you, man.
Well, John from Nail and Stevens Nursery is the real landscaper. I think I'm slowing him down, actually.
I'm here with Mike Reyna from Military Benefit Association. And as you can see, we're helping out in the yard, giving the landscaping a much-needed facelift, courtesy of MBA.
A lot of people don't realize, or maybe they do, that you've been on board with us for virtually every military makeover, and we couldn't be more grateful. What keeps bringing you back?
Well, we have a heart for the wounded warrior. Most of our contributions and philanthropic efforts go towards wounded warriors in different fashions. So we're real proud to be here and to donate the landscaping for the Travis family. I think they're really going to like it.
Tell everyone, what is so vital about having life insurance, especially when you're in the military?
Well, you know, military is a high-risk occupation. Any service, any duty, it is risky. And so, you know, we plan ahead. We plan our military options to a T, but we don't often think about our families and protect them. So life insurance is the easiest way I know to protect them and really offer protection not only to take care of your spouse if something should happen to you, but also make sure your kids can go to college and everything in between.
Maybe some military members think that qualifying for life insurance is a challenge due to their high-risk profession. But with Military Benefit Association, there's no exclusion for that.
You're actually in a better position to get a better rate on life insurance than, say, a civilian would be.
Well, the strength of MBA Association is the fact that we aggregate together, and so when we do that as a group, we can get lower rates. And so I challenge anyone to find lower rates for term life insurance that we can offer to not only our active duty folks, but National Guard, reservists, veterans, retirees, federal civilians, spouses and families. So we cover the whole waterfront.
And MBA is not just life insurance. There's a whole bunch of planning and life planning that you guys offer military families as well.
That's right. We, as the government looks at the modernization to pay and compensation, we think that financial literacy is going to be important. So we're growing in that direction. Ultimately, it serves our mission to safeguard the economic interests of our members.
Let's take a quick look at all the security details installed in this house to protect the Travis family. Michael Keene from Protection One is back for another military makeover. And like before, they're installing a full security system for the Travis family.
Protection and home security is a vital part of everyone's home, isn't that right?
So true. We're really looking to evolve both life safety and home automation to better serve the customer.
Well, we've already had the walkthrough. Tim, one of your guys, was here, and we've installed cameras. We've got the keypad happening. Tell us about what makes Protection One's system and their customer service a step above everybody else.
Well, the key word that you mentioned is all about the service experience. You know, the needs of a family have continued to evolve. So again, it's bringing life safety and home automation together. So the staples of life safety, home intrusion, we're talking about carbon monoxide protection as well as fire safety. But when it comes to home automation, that's really where it really caters to the needs of the family.
So we can go far beyond where we were with the old punch in your code and the whole house is alarmed, and if you open one door that sets the alarm off. You know, we've evolved way past that, and you've got an example of that here holding in your tablet, because you can control everything right from where you are.
Yeah, the traditional command center of your home goes where you are.
So whether it's on your phone or your mobile device, you can use these devices to do everything you're able to do right here at the home.
So it starts with the doorbell. Would you like to know that somebody's ringing your doorbell?
Sure, and tell us what happens then with the camera that's outside.
You get some great notifications. You actually get notified that somebody's at your front door. So in the event you're in the back in the pool area or you're away on business, you can see that somebody's at your front door. Again, another element of transparency.
We've touched on some of the technical aspects of the system, but let's talk more about customer service, because I'm sure a lot of people want to know, when I need customer service, am I going to get lost in a sea of endless prompts, or do I get to speak to somebody and get my questions answered? Protection One has that covered, right?
With over 2 million customers, we have 5 monitoring centers positioned across the country to take over 12,000 calls a day in each of our centers. So what we can do is answer those calls in less than 2 rings or less with a live person ready to act on their behalf.
Thanks for being such a valued partner on our military makeover. We couldn't do it without you.
You're welcome, and thanks for having me.
Great.
Stay right where you are. Military Makeover will recommence immediately after this break.
We're back with Military Makeover and Mike Reyna from Military Benefit Association, who's here to tell us about exciting life insurance options for veterans. But life insurance isn't all that MBA has to offer. MBA also offers partnerships for auto and home discounts, lifeline screen, and will preparation. Ultimately, the mission is to safeguard the economic interest of their members.
What are the few things that a military family should know when they're looking to put together a whole life insurance package?
Right. Well, you definitely want to consider what your obligations are. Do you have a mortgage? Did you have a major life change like a new child or just get married? Do you have elderly care required for parents? So what are your obligations? What would you need to replace if something were to happen to you? And so there are checklists on our website, and you can just find them anywhere to really, I think, accentuate the need to look across at all the different obligations you have and find a thing like term life insurance for protection.
It's worth mentioning that MBA has a clean track record when it comes to payouts. Not only that, but they go beyond.
We've even been known to find people who didn't realize their spouse had a policy. 5 years, 10 years down the road, we do these searches, and we do find folks that earned, and earned this claim, but their loved ones didn't know they had it, and so we've chased them down to make sure that they were taken care of.
Get back to work, buddy, before the rain comes, and thanks for being here again.
All right, you're welcome.
All right, we'll see you, Mike.
Thanks.
All right, we're about halfway through this military makeover. Brought to you by SunTrust Bank. and we have more than half a workload to go. It is full speed ahead from here. For now, dismissed.
Today's Military Makeover is sponsored in part by SunTrust Mortgage. Brought to you in part by Irulu, connecting my world.